Tracey and Magda from Tea Time with Tracey and Friends. Boris is in the house. We came back from the beach this morning. I have a couple of clips if you want to see them. Let's go. Let's go. Here comes Boris. Come here, Boris, so you can say hi. Here he is. He's my big boy. Magda's almost 6 months old, so she's a little smaller. Boris is 3. Anyways, I'm posting, I don't know when I'm going to post this book haul, but I just want to get, like right now it's August, so I'm really going to post this sometime in the fall, but I haven't been intentionally going out thrifting, but when I stop to libraries, they have bookshelves for, like, books for sale, or things like that. So I have 2 big bags, well, this one and this one. Dogs being dogs, right? Get out of the way. Anyways, my house is still asleep. My family is here visiting for the end of summer. It's almost the end of August. But any little ones are down for the count. And it's funny, it's warm out. It's not super hot, but I need a sweater on because I had a shower and stuff. Anyways, I don't know what most of these books are about. I got this at Frenchie's. I have a few books from Frenchie's. Is it Frenchie's? Yes, it was Frenchie's. Chuck Wendig. I read The Book of Accidents, and I just recently read Black River Orchard by Chuck Wendig. Book of Accidents is more like sci-fi horror-ish, whereas Black River Orchard I find more horror-ish. I have no idea what this is about. I'm not really going to read them until it comes time that I want to read them. But it's called Invasive. Think Thomas Harris, Will Graham, Clarice Starling rolled into one and pitched on the knife's edge of a scenario that makes Jurassic Park look like a carnival ride. Alright, well, there's a bunch of ants. I'm assuming maybe monster ants take over. I have no idea. Hardback, I forget what books at Frenchie's cost, but darn near free. Not quite, but I got that one. I got a joke book just because a joke book. The 901 best jokes there ever was. Here's one. Doctor, Mrs. Smith, I have to tell you, I don't like the looks of your husband. Patient's wife, neither do I, but he's good to the children. I don't know. They might be lame jokes. I don't know. But I just got a joke book. Just because. Yes, I believe this bag is all from Frenchie's. I got Lord of the Flies. I've never read this book. I seen the movie years ago when I was a child. There might be more than one movie adaptation of it. I don't know. But I seen one when I was a child. And now I have the book by William Golding. I thought that was cool. And I really love that cover. Isn't that nice? And it's not a very big book, so is this considered a classic? Modern classic, maybe? I don't know. I got these, I don't know. I have my youngest here in the house, not including my grandbabies that are visiting, but he's 10. I don't know whether he'd like these. I just thought they were cool. They're hardcover, they're shiny, they look and seem like they're new. The boys' book, How to Be the Best at Everything, and the boys' book of survival. And their boys' takes, you know, simplified, just, I think kind of jokey. How to tie a tie. How to annoy your brothers and sisters. How to repair a flat tire. This is the survival one. How to survive a duel. How to tickle a fish. Just silly. Got those. I thought this was a cool book. The Pocketbook of Ogden Nash, with an introduction of Louis Undermeyer, about as good as a picture of his life in times as others have spent volumes. Saturday Review. Anyways, I don't really know Born in 1902 in Rye, New York, Olden Nash was an ad copywriter, then a member of editorial staff of the New Yorker, before turning his talents full-time to the style of poetry that is uniquely his own. So it's like it's like a poetry book with, I'm assuming, bits and pieces about his life, maybe? You and Me and P.B. Shelley. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting. I got this not at Frenchie's. This was at a bargain bin here in a local town. Hey, stop. Brandon Sanderson book. I don't have any of his books physically. I do have some of his books in audio, and I've never ever listened to him. I know he's well loved, very popular, all the things. But this is The Way of Kings, and I knew his books were big, but jeepers, this is literally as big as a brick. And I don't know what it's about. Sci-fi? Fantasy? Sci-fi? I don't know. But this is over 1,300 pages. I just thought, and books there were like a quarter. I got a Gina Showalter book. I have a bunch of her books, and I don't know if I have this one, so I got it because it was a quarter. The Darkest Passion. This is in the Lords of the Underworld series, which I read years ago, eons ago, and I still have the books, and I would like to reread them sometime now that I'm older, to see my take on them now, to know whether I want to keep them or donate them or whatever. I liked them when I read them, but anyways, I just don't know if I have that one, so I got it because it was sitting there smiling at me. And Game of Thrones. Now, I had 2 of the books in Game of Thrones years ago. I never read them, and I donated them to a free little library because I was thinking, I'll never read this. I liked the show. I didn't watch all the show, but I was like, if I ever read them, I'll probably listen to them because they're big, and fantasy. I've never read like an epic fantasy. They kind of intimidate me. Anyways, I thought, well, that's sitting there. I don't know which book that is in the series. Maybe I'll start collecting them again. But hopefully the ones I donated years ago went to people that really love them. And I just got one of those books because it was just sitting there. And this was at Frenchie's. Red, White, and Royal Blue. I don't generally... Well, that's a lie. It's, I think, contemporary queer romance. I don't know if it's YA or not. It's like the United States president's beloved son falls in love with a prince over in the UK, British, something, I don't know. My eldest daughter is here. She was like, oh, can I have that? So I think I'm going to give it to her because it's probably more her speed. But it was at Frenchie's for a quarter. And I've seen people talking about it recently on BookTube. Like, I don't know when it came out, but, you know, I don't know. I just seen it there. And that's that bag. Okay. I want to get these hauls done so I can get them on my shelves instead of sitting on my floor in these bags. Oh, let me just get the rest of them out here. Ugh. Gosh. Okay. I got Dan Brown books. I read the Da Vinci Code, and I read 2 of the books in the series years ago when they were all the rage. Anyways, so I got these from our post offices sell used books, some of them, super cheap. I got the Da Vinci Code. I remember reading this and really liking it. I did see the movie. The book is way better to me, but it's been years since I read that. So I'd like to read that again. I got Angels and Demons. I think this comes before Da Vinci Code, but way back when I read Da Vinci Code just out of the blue, out of order. But I think this comes before Da Vinci Code. Paperback, not the same format. And The Lost Symbol. And I don't know which one this is in the series. And I think there's one more called Inferno. I don't have that one. But if I come across it, I will. And I don't really care that they're different formats. But if I do happen to find a hardback of Angels and Demons, I will pick it up so they kind of match. But it's not a big whoop to me. It really isn't. And then got this at the post office. Mystic River. Oh, I have one more book of his that I picked up yesterday, but I read Shutter Island by him. I don't know if it was this year. I really liked it. I didn't know what it was about, and it took me for a ride. It certainly did. I know Mystic River is a movie, and I don't think I've seen all of it before. I remember when it came out, and it was very popular and stuff. I'm assuming that's the same story, but I don't really know what it's about. And I thought this was a really cool copy. Isn't it? I forget the actors in the movie, but I got Mystic River. And then I read this series years ago too, and I don't have them anymore, but now I'm getting them. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, that's the one I'm missing, but then it's the, I forget which one goes next. I don't know, but you know the books, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, there's a movie of that. I don't know if there's a movie of the other books in the series. I read that way back, way back. And they're big books. I'm surprised I read them, but I did. Anyways, at the post office, I got them. And I'll just keep my eye out for The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And then I will have that. I think it's just 3 books. And then post office, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This is so cool. It's an old book. This belonged to a lady named Joan Camo. Somebody wrote in it. And if I ever, this has got to be a classic. This printing was printed in 1968. I don't know when it originally came out. I did look it up when I first got it, but this has been sitting on my floor for over a month. Anyways, really cool edition, I think, and I love that it has some personality. And there's a bookmark. She left a bookmark in it. Compliments of Allstate. Yeah. But this was just at a local post office thing. I have one more on my dining room table. I stopped to a library that I don't generally frequent, and I picked up a book. All right, I got another Dennis Lehane one, Sacred. I thought that was a really cool edition. It's kind of shiny, embossed. A beautiful grief-stricken woman has vanished without a trace. She has a detective hired, so a detective has been hired to find her, and a lot of money. Enter savvy, tough-nosed private investigator Patrick Kenzie and Angela Gennaro. Rooted in no-nonsense streets in Boston, blue-collar Dorchester, they've seen it all and survived. But this case leads them into an unexpected territory where nothing is sacred, a land of lies, corruption, where trusting anyone could get them killed, where taking any step could be their last. So I'm assuming it's thriller, not horror. I don't know. Shutter Island's more thriller, but it's quite horrific too. And I really liked it. So that's the only book of his I've ever read. So I thought, I'll do that. I didn't even know he wrote Mystic River. I just happened to see that and I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing well. I will have another haul at some point. But I swear I'm not preventing myself from buying books, but these just kind of, all of these books were probably less than $30 combined. Less than $20 really. And yeah, the one I'm really not too interested in reading that, so I'll probably give that to my daughter. The other ones, Magda, what do you have? Oh, she tore apart a little basketball, for heaven's sakes. There better not be a mess in there. There better not be a mess in there. Anyways, no. Nope. Anyways, I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose, but if not, that's okay too. I still love ya. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. Okay, guys, I hope everybody's doing well. I know by the time this is probably posted, summer is over, or just about over. Summer's ending September 22nd. I don't know. Whenever I get around to doing this. But now I can put these books on my shelves and log them into my spreadsheet and etc. etc. So with that, I'm going to say have a good night or have a good morning. And I will see you next time.